Boker Tov. Let's try that again. Boker Tov. Amazing. Good morning. It's wonderful to have you here. We're going to be joined by our virtual friends in just a moment. Or they're already here with us. Oh, I've just been informed they're already here with us, which is wonderful. So good morning to all our friends virtually and here in person. No, it's amazing. It's a beautiful Shabbat morning. We're going to start on page 74 with words of Ma Tovu, the words of blessing that were offered unto us by someone who actually was trying to curse us, but it ended up coming out as a blessing instead. And so we say, Ma Tovu, how beautiful are your tents, O Jacob, how wonderful your dwelling places, O Israel. Ma Tovu, O Halecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Israel. Try that with me. Ma Tovu, O Halecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Israel. Now you can do it as a round as well. Do you want to try it? You can try. We can do Ma Tovu. You'll start with me over here, and over here you'll go second. Sound good? All right. I'm looking at you, Backrack Corey clan, to help us out here. Oh, you're gonna help? Rabbi Jason's gonna help. Amazing. Thank you for helping us out here too. All right, here we go. Ma Tovu, O Halecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Israel. One more time. Ma Tovu, O Halecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Israel. Awesome. All right, so we're getting warmed up. We're getting our voices ready. Even if you don't think you're a singer, we want you to bring your fullness of voice and spirit this Shabbat morning. So just bring your full self into this day.
Absolutely. And we thank you all. We say Shabbat Shalom and good morning to all of our friends, our community here, those present in the sanctuary, those present at home. I'm Rabbi Jason, Rabbi Dana, Sean, Andy, Jamie, another Andy in the back there, Stephanie, Diana, no, Ronnie, a lot of people helping making this a beautiful community, and we thank everyone for being part of Shabbat, for making this special morning for everybody. We at Beth Am want you to be present. If you know the words, sing along, especially if you're at home. If you don't, feel free to hum along or just be off of our devices, to be away from all the stresses of the world, to just be here. If only for an hour and a half, we can just be present. If we do need to get up, we'll move up. We'll dance this morning. We'll do a whole bunch of fun things. If you do need to move your bodies and get your bodies going a little bit, our library is that direction. We have the service being streamed there too. So if any little legs or not so little legs need to get up and move around, you're more than welcome to just head out to the library and hang out. This is the prayer book we're using this morning. For those of you online, there's a link on our website to a flip book that has the exact same book in the exact same pages. If this is your first time using this prayer book, it opens from right to left, just like the Hebrew language is read. It's roughly a 2-page spread where the right side of the page is the Hebrew, the transliteration, that's Hebrew with English letters, the translation, and the left side of the page is kind of a poetic version. It's a poem based on the themes of that particular prayer. So what is happening up here is not connecting with you spiritually or giving you a chance to just be internal and reflective. Perhaps something else on the page will be meaningful to you. Perhaps just take the moments to relax, meditate, slow down from this crazy, busy world, a crazy, busy week. Shabbat is meant to be a gift, meant to break up the routine, and to allow us to be appreciative and grateful for all that we have. And that's why we're going to open with a few prayers beginning on page number 80. We open with a few morning blessings of appreciation, of even of the small things we might take for granted in the course of our day. It's an honor to welcome Stephanie Levine, a leader in our community, to lead us over the next 3 pages beginning on page number 80.
Okay, Shabbat Shalom. We'll be doing this together, and we'll be alternating between Hebrew and English. And please feel free to use your own words in any of the prayers, substitute something that may be more personal to you this morning. Okay? And we begin together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who frees the captive. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, zokev kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who stretches the earth over the waters. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechid me'atzei degaver. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who provides clothes for those in need. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, anoten le'ayev koach. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who removes sleep from the eyes and slumber from the eyelids. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shatzani b'tselem Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who has given me my freedom. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, who has made me of my heritage. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Ozer Yisrael b'givurah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Otir Yisrael b'tifarah. And at this point in our service, it's our tradition that you each think of one blessing that's special to you on this morning. And we do that together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, for the blessing of being surrounded by family.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, for leading us in those blessings this morning. And Stephanie is also one of our amazing tutors, and so we're so grateful for all the service and all the blessings that she brings to our community. Now, the morning service, we just did our blessings. The rabbis say we should try to say 100 blessings every day, and it shouldn't be too hard. If you look outside, see the blue sky, bless a tree, bless whatever you're about to eat, it gets pretty easy to put all those blessings together. But we're going to go now to page 96 as we continue with this warm-up part of our service, this part of our service that's meant to get our spirits ready and fulfilled as we enter into prayer. And we find the words of Mizmor Shir, how good it is to sing a song on Shabbat. So please join with us, Mizmor Shir. Mizmor Shir leyom haShabbat, tov lehodot laAdonai, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, ulezamer leshimcha elyon. Try that with me. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. There we go. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי אסור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון וכינור. I said it was a warm-up song. מזמור שיר, come on. ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. Try that with me. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני, שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. You know this part. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. One last time. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, לזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. All right, a little bit of a heart rate increase. Yeah, we're getting ready. Got to get warmed up for services, got to get ready. And so we move into one of the central prayers, page 108. We find the words of the Baruch Hu, the words that acknowledge that we are here as one community in this space together, that all we need to do, as Rabbi Jason said, for the next bit of time is be here, be present. If you are able, I invite you to rise for the Baruch Hu. Again, it's on page 108. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
If you're standing, you're welcome to be seated. It's our honor to call up Sean Solomon, who becomes bar mitzvah this morning, to lead us in prayer, beginning with Yotzer Or, found on page 110. Yotzer Or, page 110.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, Yotzer or uvorei hoshech. Ose shalom uvorei et hako. Hameir la'aretz. Veladarim alecha brachamim. Uv tuvo mechadesh bechol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reshit. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai. Kulam bechakma asita ma'al haaretz kim yinecha. Tit barach Adonai Eloheinu. Al shavach ma'aseh yadecha. Va'al morei orsha asita yafarucha selah. Or chadash al Zion ta'ir. Denishke chumanu mehorei le'oro. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer hamarot.
We continue together on page 112.
Ahava rabav tanu Adonai Eloheinu Chemla Gidula Vitera Hamota Aleinu Bavora Votenu Ve'imotenu Shebachu Vecha Avotenu Ve'imotenu Vatilam Denhu Kechayim Kentil Nenu Tzlam Denu Hamirachem Rachem Aleinu Vitain Belibenu Lechavinu Leaskil Lishmoat liumod ulelamen Lishmor vilasot Ulikayem et kol divrei Talmud Torah techa biachava V'cha enenu b'torah techa v'dabek libenu v'mitzvotecha Ve'yached levavenu le'achava u'yira et shemecha V'lo nevosh v'lo nikalem v'lo nikashel le'olam va'ed ki neshem kodshecha Chagadol v'chonora bataknu Nagila v'mitzmecha Nagila v'mitzmecha b'yeshuatecha V'chavienu l'shalom Me'arba kanfot haaretz V'tolichenu Komemiu le'artenu Ki el po el Yeshuodata Uvanu v'charta V'keraftanu L'shimcha chagado Selach be'emet L'chodot lecha Uyachedcha be'achava Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'amo Yisrael be'achava.
Thank you, Sean. We continue on page 114 with the words of Shema. And one of the important moments, one of the powerful ways that we engage with each other through prayer, through connectivity, through interaction, through relationship is just by being here, by being present, by being in this very moment. So we make sure that we put our phones away. We don't need anything out like that. The service is being streamed on YouTube and recorded there. If you want to take pictures, you can check it out later online. Let's make sure our phones are away so we can truly be present with our own eyes, especially on page 114 where we offer the words of Shema. Shema is the central prayer, the foundational theological values of our Jewish people, meant to connect us to our faith, to connect us to each other. Some people have the tradition to rise. Some people have the tradition to remain seated. We welcome you to be in whatever position you're most comfortable in as we join together page 114 for Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Ha'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Ha'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
You are standing. You're welcome to be seated as we continue on page 116 as we join with Sean together in the words of Ve'ahavta, page 116.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lavacha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha v'chayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anochi mitzavecha hayom olivavecha Vishinantam livanecha bidibarta bam bibshitcha bevetecha uvlecha vaderech uvchobecha uvikamecha ugshartam leot al yadecha vichayu litotofo beinenecha uvtavtam Amuzuzo betecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru vasitem ekol mitzvotai veiten kedoshim elochechem ani Adonai Elochechem asher otziechem Meret Mitzrayim Layo Lechem Lelochim Ani Adonai Elochechem
Adonai Elohechem Emet. Yasher Koach, Sean, you can take a seat. And Yasher Koach is a phrase that means with such strength, with such spirit. And so instead of applauding or things like that during services, we offer the words of Yasher Koach to say, hey, you're doing great. And so now, I always think about our B'nai Mitzvah students as we approach the next piece that we're about to share together in the next prayer. It's the words of Micha Mocha, the words that our ancestors sang as they were crossing through the sea, and the liberation and joy they felt when they came out on the other side. I feel like our B'nai Mitzvah students may experience a little bit of that same joy at the end of the service as well, of making it through their journey. But as we're here in this moment, we all have something, I'm sure, that helps us to feel that sense of freedom, of courage, of comfort. So whatever it is, I invite you to think of that in this moment as we turn to page 122 for Micha Mocha. Now, our custom has been in the past to dance in the sanctuary, but since we're still wanting to make sure there's not a lot of spread of germs, I invite you and encourage you to dance in your seats, have fun, and if you're at home, you have no excuse. So please, dance, sing along, have a wonderful time as we sing together these words of Micha Mocha. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? Ya la la la, ya la 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 la. I'm gonna dance even if nobody else does. I promise. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, micha mocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot Yosef ele, nora tehilot. I love it, yes, Yosef ele. Shira chadasha shibechu geulim leshimcha al sfatayam yachad kulam hodu veimlichu ve'amru micha mocha ba'elim Adonai micha mocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot osef ele nora tehilot osef ele. One more time on yai dai dai. Let me hear ya. Ya da dai dai, ya da 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 dai dai, ya da 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 dai dai, ya da 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 dai dai, ya da dai dai, ya da 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 dai dai, ya da 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 dai dai, ya da 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 dai dai.
I like it. Some good Shabbat energy. How often do we get the time to just relax and smile even? Woo.
I even lost my kippah. I was
There
dancing.
you go, all that too. The service is structured in a way that you're meant to start with a little bit of a warm-up and to build with some special moments like Shema. And the service continues to build until we reach our next section of the service, which is called the Amidah, which literally translates to the standing prayer, as meant to physically and emotionally lift us up. So on page 124, if you're willing, we invite you to rise physically or spiritually, and we invite Sean to continue leading us on the next few pages as we continue praying together. Page 124.
Adonai sifatai titaf ufia gishid hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Velohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor, V'chanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Chakol, V'zocher Chastei, Avot V'imahot, Umivi Gula Levnei V'nechem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umashiach Umagen. Baruch atah Adonai Magen Abraham ve'atzara. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai Mechayecha kol atah Rav le'oshia. Mashiach Ruach Umarid Hagashem. Mechakel chayim bechesed, mechayecha kol berachamim rabim, shomek noflim berofei cholim, umartir asurim, chayim emunato, lishenei afar, micha mocha bachal gevuro, umido mechla, melech mimit umechaye, umatzmiya Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata l'chayot chakol. Baruch atah Adonai mechayecha kol.
We continue now on page 130 with the Kedusha. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, ולא כל הארץ כבודו. אדיר אדירנו, אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, מרחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue together on page 134.
Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu ritzei v'imnu chatenu kadshenu b'mitzvotecha v'tein helkenu b'toratecha sabenu mituvecha v'samchenu b'shuatecha v'taher libenu l'chad v'cha be'emet l'chol chilenu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava uvratzon Shabbat kodshecha B'anu ve'Yisrael Mekadshe shemecha Baruch atah Adonai Mekadshe Kadesh Shabbat.
Continue with a moment of silent prayer. Chance for your own personal meditation and reflection, and perhaps even connection to the divine. If you choose to continue the words of the prayer book, it's through page 142, or use whatever words are meaningful to you. Once you've completed this moment of silent prayer, you're welcome to be seated.
Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ulenetzach netzachim, ulenetzach netzachim, kedushatcha, kedushatcha nakdish. Mipinu lo yamush, mipinu lo yamush, leolam, leolam vaed. All right, let's pick it up. Ledor vador, ledor vador, yeah, ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ulenetzach netzachim, ulenetzach netzachim, kedushatcha, kedushatcha nakdish. Mipinu lo yamush, mipinu lo yamush, leolam, leolam vaed. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador nagid God lecha. Ledor vador, ledor vador, ledor vador nagid God lecha.
I love it. Ledor vador, from one generation to another. This amazing moment as we connect together, not with just the words of our tradition, well, organized and all that good stuff. All right. We continue with the next section of our Torah service. Next section of our service, which is Seder Kriyat HaTorah, a service for the reading of Torah. And this is a moment, this is not just a private Shabbat for just one family, but this is a time for all of us to join together. And for our community especially, to take in this moment, the passing the Torah to Sean, but embracing the words of our tradition. So it's an honor to welcome up Ronnie Shore, a true leader in our community, to offer these words of blessing to open our Torah service.
Gift of Torah, and for the wondrous opportunity to share it with new generation. Today, Sean, you ensure the continuation of the legacy of Moses and Miriam, who first taught Torah to our people. As we prepare to hand the Torah to you now, it is our hope that just as you will carry it in your hands today, you will carry it within your heart always, as a perpetual expression of faith in God and commitment to your people.
To the Rabbi Ronnie, thank you very much. Our prayer book on page 244. Page 244. It's an honor to call up the parents and grandparents of Sean to help us pass the Torah from generation to generation. We especially mention and think of his grandfather Charles, who sadly has passed away and cannot be here physically, but we know he is with us in our spirits and emotionally together here in this moment. So if you're able, we invite you to rise as we begin our Torah service, page 244.
Ein kamocha va'Elohim Adonai ve'ein kama'asecha malchutcha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha lechol dor v'dor Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai imloch leolam va'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitain Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom.
The rabbinic book, Pirkei Avot, the Ethics of Our Sages, opens with these words telling us that Moses received the Torah written by the hand of God at Mount Sinai. Moses then passed the Torah to Joshua, Joshua to the prophets to their successors, to the elders, and then to the people of the great assembly. We have passed down this Torah, our values, our heritage, our tradition, in an unbroken line spanning thousands of years. The tradition we continue today as we pass the Torah down from community and down to generations of Sean's family to Sean himself as he holds on to Torah and passes it on to the next generation as well.
Ki mitzion teitzei Torah Ki mitzion teitzei Torah Udevar Adonai Birushalayim Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Le'amo Yisrael B'Kedushato.
248, again, Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo.
It's an honor to call up Sean's Aunt Carolyn to help us undress the Torah. We'll sing together, page 249.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, help me out with the keys. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. One more time. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu.
If you're standing, please be seated. Thank you again to Carolyn. This week, that was 2 words. This week, we're still in the opening number of sections from the book of Genesis as we began the Torah just 1 month ago. We'll be reading from Parshat Chaye Sarah. But before we read the words from the text, we have the honor of learning more deeply about its meanings and its connection to our lives. So we'll invite up Sean to offer a Devar Torah, a teaching of Torah. And after Sean concludes his wonderful teaching, it's very well written, instead of applauding, we can say Yasher Koach or Kol HaKavod, which both mean well done, as I know it will be. So it's an honor to learn about the Torah from Sean Solomon.
Imagine winning a championship because the other team didn't have enough players. How would you feel with that gold medal around your neck, knowing that you didn't earn it? Have you fully achieved greatness? I will answer this question in this week's Torah Parsha. This week's Torah Parsha portion is Hayah Sarah, which means the life of Sarah. Once I started studying, I realized that most of the Torah portion focuses on events that actually take place when she's passed away. Sarah lived to be 127 years old, and Abraham, Sarah's husband, knew he wanted to bury her in the cave of Machpelah in the land of Canaan, owned by Ephron, son of Zohar, a Hittite. Abraham asks Ephron, "Can I bury my wife here?" Ephron responds, "You can bury her here for free." Abraham replies, "I cannot accept that offer. I insist to pay full price." You name the price. The Hittites were stunned, but eventually accepted the full price of 400 shekels. The rest of the Torah portion talks about Abraham's servant Eliezer, who returns to Abraham's homeland to find a wife for Abraham's son Isaac. Eliezer is successful and finds a beautiful woman named Rebekah to bring back to Isaac. I think that the theme of love and death is very common, but I'm going to talk about something that grabbed my attention: paying full price. Abraham could have walked away with the land for free, but instead demanded to pay full price. Why, you ask? As the Talmud, the major work of Jewish law, tells us, if someone says, "I have worked hard and I have not been successful," don't believe him. If someone says, "I have not worked hard and I have been successful," don't believe him. If someone says, "I have worked hard and I have been successful," believe him. Essentially, this means the only way to get satisfaction in anything is knowing that you worked hard to achieve it. Rabbi Aharon Loshkach states, if you really want to own something, you must pay for it. Payment isn't always in cash. Payment also means hard work, investment, and time. These wise words tell us, if you want to earn anything, you have to invest your time and work hard at it to achieve satisfaction. Truly owning something means you and others recognize how you got there and appreciate that you've earned it. Let me give you an example. When I was struggling to write my Devar Torah, my grandpa said that he would write it for me, which of course, without hesitation, I declined. Because I knew I wanted to own my speech, and I did not want to say during my Devar Torah, sponsored by Grandpa. In Abraham's case, he didn't want to credit the Hittites for ownership of his land, which eventually became the land of Israel. Also, he didn't want to feel that he needed to repay the Hittites if they had gifted him the land. Just like how I wanted to feel proud of my Devar Torah and own the content. Another example is before and during COVID, I was very into chess. I would practice all the time, and at my school chess club, I was undefeated. I went to the state championship online because this was the start of lockdown. Playing online, I lost almost every game and eventually figured out parents may have been assisting their kids since cameras weren't turned on. Even though I lost, I knew I worked hard, which made me feel proud of my accomplishment. As Abraham taught us, next time we're offered something for free, let's remember that it's always better to pay full price. To challenge ourselves to work hard and never take the easy way out.
Shakoach. Thank you for that hard work as well. You can put your Devar Torah back under there. We'll take a moment to transition and set up for our Torah service. Our Torah reading. All right. If you'd like to follow along, you can use, if you're using a tablet or you're online at home, you can go to the website Sefaria, a Jewish library, which link is on our website. Or if you're in person or have a book at home, you can blah, 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 blah. If you're online and have a book at home, or you're here in the sanctuary, you can use the big blue books that are in the seats in front of you, called a chumash, or ones that just say the Torah on the top. Getting organized.
And just so you know, for those joining online, you can find our Torah reading on Sefaria.org. Sean will be reading for us Genesis 23, 5 through 13. If you're joining us with the book here in person, it's on page 156.
Thank you, Rabbi Dana. For the first Aliyah, the first reading of Torah, Sean will be reading specifically Genesis 23, verses 5 through 8, that same page 156. And it's an honor to call to the Bima for the first Aliyah Sean's grandparents, Donna, Jay, and June, and Sean's brother, Evan.
Ya'amdu Dina Rivka ve'Yoshua Heshel ve'Yona ve'Ephraim Yahel ben Benish Ya'el ve'Dvorah le'Aliyah Rishona.
So Sean's going to point to the first word.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai
Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam bo'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu asher bochar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
What's the first word? Vayanu v'nechetz et Abraham lemor lo Shema'enu alonim nesit Elohim ata v'tochenu v'mivchar kedarenu nevor et meitecha yish mimenu et kibro live lem mimchar nevor beitecha Vayakom Abraham, Vayishahu Laman Me'o Aretz Limnechet, V'yedaber Itam Lemor, Em Yesh et Not Shem, Likbor et Meti Milfanai, Shema'uni Ufiguli Be'efron Ben Sochar.
Yasher koach. Evan, take your talis. Tap the last word, which is right there. Perfect. Give it a kiss. Blessing.
Baruch hu et Adonai
The one afterwards.
Baruch atah Adonai.
Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah v'chayei olam natoinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Give him a hug. There we go.
Aww.
I'll just take this. Let that roll. So once you come and stand on this side over here. Oh, love it.
You did yourself too.
Sorry about that. We continue. Oh, by the way, I forgot to announce, I apologize, that the blessings are in the prayer book on page 250. But for the second Aliyah, the second reading, we stay on that same page in the Chumash, the big book, on page 156. Sean will be reading for us Genesis chapter 23, verses 9 through 13. We'll call him himself to bless Torah as he becomes bar mitzvah. I'd like to invite his parents to come stand with him.
Hakol havu godel Eloheinu utnu kavod leTorah ya'amod habar mitzvah Moshe Eli ben Venish Ya'el v'Udvorah le'aliyah shniyah.
Wait, take your talis. Tap the first word. And two. Right there. blessing.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed.
Leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Asher bachar banu mikol ahamim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Vayiten li et me'orah tagmak pelah asher lo asher vikse sadehu bechesef male yitnena li bitotechem la'achuzat kaver ve'efron yoshev bitok menechet vaya'an Ephron hachiti et Abraham be'oznei v'nechet Lichul ba'esha iro lemor la'adoni shema'eni hasadech natatichla v'chomora asher bo l'na netaticha ve'enei l'nei ami netaticha lach kevor metecha Vayishtachu Abraham lifnei am haaretz lemo Vayidaber el Ephron beoznei am haaretz lemor ach imata lu shema'eni natati chesef hasadech ta'atik meni ve'ek bra et meti shama.
Yasher koach. Take your towels, kiss the last word. Ben, do you want to jump on in here? Blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Yasher koach. You all can be seated. Thank you very much. Now, as the Torah stays open, the Torah, the symbol of the strength and the holiness of our community, we add to this moment of holiness by asking Sean to turn and face his parents as they offer a blessing they've crafted for just this moment in front of the open Torah.
Okay. Sean, we are truly blessed to have so many people who love and care about you join us to celebrate this special day. Mom, Evan, your grandparents, and I are so proud of you and the work and effort you put into preparing for today's celebration. You led the congregation in prayer this morning with great confidence. Such a joy to watch you shine. Your preparation for today, along with your hard work in school and your dedication to your sport, requires tenacity and good humor, and thankfully, many more laughs than tears.
Sean, this day marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life. As you take on new responsibilities and begin your own journey to find your place in it, we would like to offer you this prayer. Sean, may you see the world each day with fresh eyes. May your every step be on firm ground. May you draw from the strength and wisdom of our tradition and those who came before you and make them your own. May you always know what it is to live in freedom. May you have beautiful dreams which inspire you. There we go. And make your pursuit of those dreams be fulfilling. May you laugh often.
May you be a support to those who have fallen. May your needs be fulfilled. May you draw strength from your community and remember to give back. May you always have good friends and be a good friend to others. May you always feel the love of family and friends. That embrace you today. And as you take your place amongst the Jewish people of your generation, may God grant you a long, happy, healthy, and peaceful life. Mazel tov.
That is amazing. Thank you, Ben and Tina. Sean, you can be seated as well. We take this moment while the Torah is still open in front of us to add another prayer, this time for our community, a prayer of healing. thinking of all those who are ill, who struggle in body, mind, or spirit, that our words might be lifted up and they find courage, comfort, and strength. For those of you at home or those of you in the sanctuary, we'd like to offer out loud the names of loved ones for this prayer of healing. We welcome you to do so at this time. Page 253.
Sheberach avotenu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Amen. At this time, on page 252, we lift and dress our Torah and then return it to the ark. It's an honor to call up to lift the Torah, Sean's brother Evan, and to help dress the Torah, Allison and Barbara, family of the Solomons. And to help open the ark to put the Torah away, Dan and Carol, cousins of Sean. We invite all those people to come on forward. And if you're able, we welcome you to rise as the Torah is lifted, dressed, and returned to the ark. Page 252, followed by 256. Okay. Let's do this. You got this. Yep, halfway down.
Vezot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai beyad Moshe. Eitz Chaim hi lemachazikim ba v'tomrecha meushar derachecha darchei noam v'chol netivotecha Shalom Hashivenu Adonai Elecha V'nashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekedesh
please be seated if you are standing. Again, our gratitude to Evan, Allison, Barbara, Dan, and Carol. We continue with our Haftorah, a reading from the prophets that accompanies the Torah portion. If you'd like to follow along in the prayer book, the blessings are on page 254. 254. If you'd like to follow along with the reading itself, it's in the bigger book, the Chumash, on page 340. Or for those of you who want the verse, or those who are using Sefaria, specifically the book of 1 Kings, chapter 1, verses 28 through 31. Just as the Torah portion tells, actually the part we discussed today, is the death of Sarah. In addition, Abraham as well dies in his Torah portion. The patriarch, one of the foundational figures of the Jewish people, ending his time. And the parallel is to this Haftorah portion, where King David, the great unifier king, one of the greatest of the three kings of the United Kingdom, his life concludes in this His life comes towards an end in the Haftorah as well. And just as in the Torah portion, Isaac and Ishmael take on the reins from his father Abraham, David appoints his son Solomon, in the portion we read today, to become the next king. A much more rocky transition for David and Solomon than was for Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael. If you want to read the whole thing, it definitely has some Game of Thrones influence in it, or perhaps the other direction. But we'll just read the last couple of verses today, where David finally makes a decision to pass the throne on to his son Solomon. Again, page 254 for the blessings, and then verses 28 through 31 for the Haftorah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratzav v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'Torah uv'Moshe avdo Ubi-Israel amo, ubin-vi'eh ha'emet v'tzedek. King David's response was, "Summon Bathsheba." She entered the king's presence and stood before the king. And the king took an oath, saying, "As the Lord lives, who has rescued me from every trouble, the oath I swore to you by the Lord, the God of Israel, that your son Solomon should succeed me as king, and that he should sit upon my throne in my stead, I will fulfill this very day." Bathsheba lowered low in homage to the king, with her face to the ground, and she said, "May my Lord King David live forever." Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzur chakol amim, tzedek b'chol hadorot, ha'el eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, ha'mdaber u'mekayem, shechol devarav emet v'tzedek, al ha'torah, v'al ha'avodah, v'al ha'nvi'im, v'al yom ha'shabbat chadseh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha v'liknucha, lichovad u'litifaret, al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anaknu modim lach, umvarchim ota yitbarak, shimcha befi chol chai, tamid le'olam va'em. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Kol hakavod, well done. So you can actually leave your prayer book right there. I'm going to get a few things and organize, because that's how I live my life. So I'm going to actually ask you, Sean, stay right there. I'm going to offer a few words of blessing on behalf of our clergy. You don't get to read it. Sean, we are so honored to stand with you today as your family, your friends, your God, your community. We stand with you to celebrate this moment of achievement in your Jewish journey, but also as we commit ourselves to you, to your growth in your journey ahead. May the years in front of you continue to blossom with wisdom, joy, friendship, and compassion. May your heart be always open to those in need and filled with justice. May your spirit, energy, and your sense of humor always remain strong and a major part of your character as it brings happiness to so many of us. May you always seek new ways to connect to the Jewish people and explore all of the possibilities that exist ahead of you. And finally, may you always acknowledge and receive the blessings around you as you are a blessing to all of us. Mazal tov, congratulations. Now, Rabbi Dan and I have the honor of blessing you with Birkat Kohanim, the priestly blessing, the threefold benediction that we recite on sacred occasions such as this.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha.
May God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom.
May God's presence be with you at all times and always grant you peace. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May it be God's will.
Amen.
Nicely done, sir. Now I'm going to ask you to open the ark as we continue towards the conclusion of our service with Aleinu L'Shabeach, found on page 282 at the top of the page. If you're able, we invite you to rise physically or spiritually for Aleinu. 282 at the top of the page.
Aleinu L'Shabeach La'adon HaKol Lateit Gerula Le'otzeh Bereshit Shehu Noteh Shamayim Vayosed Haaretz Umoshav Yekaro Bat Shamayim Ima'al Ushrinatu Zo Begovhei Meromim Hu Eloheinu Ein Hod V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu 287 v'ne'emor v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz Vayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
If you're standing, please be seated. Page 294. Even on Shabbat, the day of peace and joy and relaxation, it's all the more important that we take a moment for a prayer of memory, Kaddish Yatom, honoring those who came before us, who helped build this world, and who we continue on in their legacy and continue on in their values. Sean and his family, even on this day of celebration, are honoring and remembering his grandfather Charles Kaufman, his great-uncle Dudley Seaman, his great-aunt and namesake Sonia Seaman, his great-grandparents Philip and Esther Kahn. We in our community are remembering these loved ones. We're in the period of Shloshim, the 30 days of mourning, for Jesus Ibrahim Perez Sidano, brother of Arania Friedman, and Jackie Giuliano, father of Justin Wolkenstein Giuliano. We observe the yahrzeit, the anniversary of passing, Sophia Baskina, Joseph N. Ben Ezra, Pamela Bennett, Ruth Blauer, Bertha Blau, Henry Boyer, Verlaine Copeland, Marilyn Fishman, Eunice Folklore-Fleischer, Jane Freed, Bob Friedman, Florence Gottlieb, Eno Hawley, Adeline Goldberg Josephson, Gerald Katz, Virginia Neumauer, Joseph Parnas, Gloria Pergamet, Minnie Rivkin, Jacob Rubinski, Annie Sachiko Yasuda, Alexander Schwartzreich, Vladimir Schuldiner, Rachel Schipper, David Morris Seidel, Morris Smith, Paul Starr, Eli Starr, Claire Stein, Elaine Stoller, Anne Zeman Strauss, Harry Trodlier, Helen Louise Wolf. If any names have been omitted or mispronounced, we invite you to share them with our community at this time. If you're in the first 7 days of mourning, you're welcome to rise. If you're in the first 30 days of mourning, you're welcome to rise. If you're observing a yard site on the Shabbat, you're welcome to rise. If it's your tradition to rise in love and solidarity, we welcome you to do so. The Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 294. Yit Gedal v'Yit Kedash Shemei Rabbah Be'alma Divrach Hirute v'Yamlich Malchute B'chayechon u'v'yamechon u'v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach La'olam U'lamei Omaya Yit Barach v'Yishtabach v'Yit Pa'ar v'Yitramam v'Yitnaseh V'yatadar v'yatale v'yatalal shemei dekudesha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlamba rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom v'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, v'imru. Amen. Yoshvei Tevel, all who dwell on the earth. Please be seated. So we offer our gratitude as well, again, to Andy, to Jamie in the back, to Stephanie and Andy, to Ronnie, to all of you for making up this beautiful minyan and this beautiful Shabbat morning. And on behalf of Temple Beth Am and our board of directors and our whole community, we will offer a few gifts to Sean as well. Come here. Come here. As you are a blessing, a book of blessings to continue to celebrate all the wonderful things in your home. A certificate saying today did happen and you did it very well, so well done. And a new thing we're giving out, this is actually a mezuzah for your room or future home. It's from a wonderful organization called Tikkun Hayam, which means repairing the sea. It's a Jewish ocean conservation organization. They take plastic that has been taken out of the water and melt it down, 3D print it into Jewish objects, including mezuzah for you. And it's an amazing rabbi and an amazing school down in Florida who does this great work. Hope Ariana's having fun down there. They also, same organization, same school, also has a Jewish scuba diving organization called Scooby Jew.
Yes.
But with this, why don't you take that Kiddush cup from Rabbi Dana as we offer the words of Kiddush, blessing the sanctity of Shabbat. Come in front of the microphone, Mr. Solomon. We'll say the words of Kiddush together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. L'chaim, take a sip. And also, we break bread together so we can then have lunch right away. Nice. I like the style.
Here, I'll take it for you. Ooh, do you want to finish it?
It's grape juice. You can finish it. It's okay. Just knock it back, man. It's all good. All right, that's enough. I'm cutting you off. If you feel comfortable joining hands, arms, or even elbows with those around you, we'll make one link, one connection as we break bread together with a giant piece of challah. as we say,
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avot.
He'll take a bite to make sure it's a kosher blessing. We'll have a closing song in just a second. A reminder to all those in person to return your prayer books to the back. We'll close with a blessing of peace. Oseh Shalom. Let's sing together.
You can find it on 343. Oseh Shalom Imromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom Imromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.